GETTYPeter Thompson has died at the age of 88. Thompson died at his home in Melbourne surrounded by his family on Wednesday morning. Thommo, as he was more affectionately known, was arguably Australia's greatest golfer, capturing the Open Championship on 5 occasions. He was a distinguished honorary member of the Royal and Ancient Golf Club of St Andrews and will be sorely missed by all of us at the Our thoughts are with his family at this very sad time. Peter gave me a number of very interesting and valuable thoughts on the game, how it has developed and where it is going, which demonstrated his genuine interest and love of golf. He was one of the most decorated and celebrated champion golfers in the history of the Open, winning the championship 5 times in total and becoming the only golfer of the 20th century to lift the claret jug on 3 consecutive occasions between 1954 and 1956. Our deepest condolences go out to Peter's wife, Marie, and his 4 children, Diana, Anne, Fiona and Andrew. GETTYPeter Thompson won the Open 5-time and 7-time major winner. Kerry Webb is Australia's only more successful player, and the Queensland offered her condolences. I am so saddened to hear of the passing of our Aussie legend and true gentleman of the game, Peter Thompson. Webb tweeted, "My heart goes out to his wife Mary and the rest of the Thompson family. So honored to have been able to call Peter my friend. Rip Peter." One of my own fondest memories of Thommo was meeting up with him and his wife Mary in St Andrews and to interview him for an Open Championship preview piece. We had been chatting for a while when Mary entered the room to say something like, "That's enough, Peter needs to have a rest." Peter responded saying, "No, I'm fine sitting here talking with Bernie." Thompson was also a pioneer on the course and off. Thompson was the first Australian to raise the famous claret jug in 1954 before winning again in 1955, 1956, 1958 and finally in 1965 against a field featuring Arnold Palmer and Jack Nicklaus. Thompson's feat of 5 Open wins was then matched by American Tom Watson, while Scotsman James Braid won 5 Opens in the late 19th century and early 20th century. The all-time record Open holder is Harry Vardon with 6 Open triumphs between 1896 and 1914. Thompson also tied for 4th at the 1956 U.S. Open and placed 5th in the 1957 Masters. He never played the PGA Championship, golf's 4th major of the year. In 1998, he captained the international side to its only win over the United States at the President's Cup in Melbourne. He was, without doubt, a very fine golfer. Australian golfing aficionado Jack Newton, who has lost the 1975 Open to Watson, he had quite a bit to do with the Players Association after he finished, and he was a very respectable bloke. Fellow countryman Ian Baker Finch, and winner of the 1991 Open and one of only 3 other Australians along with Greg Norman and Kel Nagle to hoist the sport's most prestigious trophy, hailed Thompson as his hero. "Australia has lost a golfing legend and my hero," Baker Finch tweeted. "My heartfelt condolences to his lovely wife Marie, also Deirdre, Andrew, Pan, Fiona and families. Peter, my friend and mentor, RIP. Australian golf thanks you for your iconic presence." Closest friends, so much so Thompson loaned Nagle his jacket for the prize-giving ceremony and then handed it back to Thommo with the £150 first prize check still in the pocket. It prompted Thompson to jokingly remark, "Clearly Kel didn't need the money." Thompson is also the 4th Open champion to pass away in as many years, with Palmer passing away in 2016 and we lost Argentina's Roberto De Vincenzo last year. Thompson was also no stranger to winning in the States, winning 9 times on the Champions Tour in 1985, and a feat yet to be surpassed. In retirement, Thompson served as president of the Australian PGA for 32 years, designing and building courses in Australia and around the world. Thompson was also patron of the Australian Golf Writers Association and vice president of the Association of Golf Writers, AGW, and with Arnold Palmer, who passed away in 2016, also an AGW vice president. Martin Blake, president of the now renamed Australian Golf Media Association, spoke on behalf of the members saying, "The AGMA mourns the passing of Peter, a lifelong supporter of members of the media in the sport of golf aside from his incredible feats as a player and his contribution to the game as an administrator. and a course architect. Peter was a fine writer himself, with several newspapers and magazines over his life, as well as an acerbic commentator on television broadcasts of golf. But perhaps more importantly, our members to a man and woman found him to be a great source of help and encouragement over many years. In particular, new members of the golf media were inevitably given a friendly welcome by Peter. Our sincere sympathies go out to his wife Mary and the Thompson family. He also helped establish the Asian Tour and worked behind the scenes for the Odyssey House Drug Rehabilitation Organization, where he was chairman for 5 years. In 1979, he was made a Commander of the Order of the British Empire (CBE) for his service to golf, and in 2001 became an Officer of the Order of Australia (AU) for his contributions as a player and administrator and for community service. He is survived by his wife Mary, son Andrew and daughters Deirdre Baker, Pan Prendergast and Fiona Stanway, his 11 grandchildren and 4 great-grandchildren.